Here's what's happening now. Plenty bright out there, but it's the wind that'll grab your attention. We'll look at some improvements and also your Christmas forecast coming up. Paula?
Hey, Ben, there is a desperate plea for help for those fleeing Aleppo. We're talking about thousands, and help is coming from right here in Metro Detroit. Rod.
All right, thank you very much. I'll take that, Paula. Willful neglect. 4 names are added to the list of those charged criminally in the Flint water crisis. And a former chart-topping singer was right there waiting to help when something went wrong on an airplane.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Attorney General Bill Schuette and his 2 special investigators finding more fault today in the Flint water crisis. 4 more people are now facing criminal charges. Rod Maloney is live in Flint this afternoon with more on who they are and what they're accused of doing wrong. Rod.
Right. Well, it starts with the emergency managers, Karen. The last 2 emergency managers that Flint had, it's Darnell Early, who served from September of 2013 until January of 2015. Then he came down to Detroit to deal with the Detroit school crisis. And then thereafter, Gerald Ambrose, who was in the job from January of 2015 till about April of 2015. They are both charged with false pretenses, a 20-year felony, and also conspiracy to commit false pretenses. And what that charge is essentially fraud. And the rest of the charges against them include misconduct in office, which is a 5-year felony, and then willful neglect of duty in office, which is a misdemeanor. Now, they are also charged with 2 other Flint City employees. The first one is Howard Croft. He was the Department of Public Works director. And then Darty Johnson, the Flint Utilities Director. They are both facing just 2 charges, those false pretenses and conspiracy to commit false pretenses. So let's hear from the Attorney General and his special investigator, Todd Flood, Attorney General Bill Schuette, and hear what they had to say, because to them, this is a very important day in this investigation.
The tragedy that we know as the Flint water crisis did not occur by accident. No. Flint was a casualty of arrogance, disdain, and a failure of management.
This is another step in the process. In this case, is, as we charged it right here, is a classic bait and switch. It's a bait and switch where the citizens of Flint got the shaft.
Now, what they're all charging here is that there was going to be what they call the lime sludge pit operation that was used as an excuse to borrow millions of dollars in order to store some of the sludge from the water department. But the claim is that Darnell Early and also Gerald Ambrose and the other 2 gentlemen in the water department used that as a ruse to take millions of dollars and stick it elsewhere where they could connect to the Carignan water system and then flip the switch to take the water from the Flint River instead of the Detroit Water and Sewer Department. And that's what poisoned many of the residents of the city of Flint, and that's what brought on all of these charges and the entire investigation. Now, they're saying that there's much more to go, that there are more charges on the horizon. They won't say how long or how far this is going to go, but there's much more to talk about, and we'll have full coverage starting on Local 4 News at 5 and again at 6. Reporting live, Rod Maloney, Local 4.
A complicated investigation. All right, thank you, Rod. Let's now move to Germany, where police may have arrested the wrong man in connection with the suspected terrorist attack. Yesterday afternoon, at least 12 people were killed when a truck slammed into a Christmas market in Berlin. Later that night, officers confirmed a 23-year-old man from Pakistan had been arrested. But this morning, a senior police chief announced they may have the wrong man. Now, police are looking for answers as the search for the driver continues. Fire departments from 6 communities converged on the Palace of Auburn Hills this morning when a fire broke out in the ventilation system of the building's main kitchen. The fire suppression system inside the ductwork did not activate, and smoke poured through the ventilation system. The fire burnt itself out after consuming accumulated grease. Nobody was injured. The kitchen was the only area affected by the fire. Well, the online sales giant Amazon calls it a fulfillment center, and it will be a wish fulfillment for the 1,000 people who will find jobs at that center. Amazon plans to build in Livonia. Amazon plans to spend $90 million to build and equip a warehouse and distribution center at the former site of a General Motors Delco facility on Eccles Road. That's near the I-96 and M14 interchange. The site is expected to generate at least 1,000 jobs between now and the year 2020. Time now for our first look at the forecast. All right, Ben, it seemed nicer, warmer today. Are we just getting tougher?
No, you were right.
Okay, good. Or I'm just numb.
No, you're completely right. 30s for the first time in over a week, and we're sitting right there right now. 31 in Metro, Lapeer, Monroe, slightly cooler at Ann Arbor. But with those winds out there, it's still taking a bite out of the air with wind chills that are in the teens. Look at some of these wind gusts that we're still looking at. 38 miles an hour right now at Metro Airport. Slightly lower here in the northern half of the area, but not by much. Once the sun goes down tonight, we will see these winds relax. When we start looking forward to Christmas Day at the end of the week, possibility of rain and not snow. And wait till you see some of these numbers for the start of next week. Your 7-day forecast just around the corner. Karen?
All right, first at 4, we're on top of stories making headlines all around the world this afternoon. Let's start with the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration. It has launched an investigation into possible transmission problems with nearly 1 million vehicles made by Fiat Chrysler. The vehicles are 2013 to 2016 Dodge Durango SUVs and 2014 through 2016 Ram 1500 pickups. There have been 43 reports of the vehicles actually rolling away after being put into park. 25 crashes and 9 injuries have been reported. For now, the FCA is urging drivers to use the parking brake before leaving the parked vehicle. The evacuation of civilians from the war-ravaged city of Aleppo in Syria is nearly over. More buses are arriving today to help evacuate civilians who have been trapped in the Syrian government's fight for the city. As evacuations continue, the governments of Russia, Turkey, and Iran are now working together to help initiate a peace deal between Syria and the opposition. Many here in Metro Detroit watch those images from Aleppo with a feeling of helplessness, but some are finding ways to do whatever they can. Our Paula Tutman spent some time today with them and with someone who knows the impact of the violence all too well. Paula.
Hi, Karen. Yeah, I want you to look over my shoulder for a moment. I'm at Zeman International in Inkster, and we actually do a lot of stories with this organization because they are such good stewards. Now, this is the physical manifestation of help. So right over here, Norman, just point over there. You can see there's a Gleaners partnership going on where they're collecting food. And then I want you to turn this way, and you can see that the Good Deeds Thrift Shop is collecting goods to sell to people, and whatever they pay goes directly to their programs. Well, yesterday, Karen, they got an ask. That's a different kind of ask. Plain money to turn into goods on the ground in Aleppo. The evacuation of Aleppo has begun. Women, children, men, innocent people are being hurried from their war-torn homes to get them to safety. Very much an international story that's very personal for Dr. Amar Sakori, an oncologist for Kamanos Cancer Institute. His father was killed 3 years ago.
He was shot in front of our house, and he died. Somebody told me maybe he was in the wrong place at the wrong time, but he was in front of his house, just going around his own business.
Dr. Sakori's mother is still in Aleppo. She doesn't want to leave her homeland, but her son wants her next to him, where he knows she'll be safe.
She always tells me, I lived my life, I'm just saddened by what's happened to those innocent people.
Dr. Sakori is connected with Najah Bazi, CEO and founder of Zaman International, an organization doing ground-level work in local communities all over the world, including right here in Inkster. Their programs, simple, help women and children.
Internationally, we want to replicate and duplicate that kind of love, mercy, and compassion because we believe that the human family can extend beyond our borders.
So when the call came in from the Syrian Red Crescent and International Medical Corps for a desperate need for money, Zaman International jumped.
Most often donors ask, well, can we just give you supplies? And the answer to that is no. International relief really begins with funding. And then we rely on those people, doctors, nurses, and humanitarians who are in those client corridors on the ground to be able to purchase the things that they need in real time for people who are living in desperate conditions. It's often asked, why should we care? And I believe that it's part of the human family. We're all connected. And despite what's happening in the world, this is a time and a place where love and mercy is most important. We simply cannot allow other people in the world to be without the basic necessities for survival while we have so much here.
So, you know, and that's really a great point. This is a different kind of drive. You can't send water and you can't send coats. You really do need to send money because there are people who are now in place who can help the people who are being evacuated out. And just because they're being evacuated doesn't mean this is over. Several organizations are helping. Zaman International, also a Ray of Hope. We're going to put a link on my Facebook page, Local 4 Paula Tutman. You can find it there so you can plug in to find out exactly how you can help women, children, and innocent people who are part of our family, the family of humans. Karen?
What a great cause. All right. Thank you, Paula Tutman, reporting live for us this afternoon for a very important story to help others. All right. Thank you, Paula. Still ahead, Michael Phelps often does things no one else can do. We know that. But now he's done something he's never done before on the cover of the new Sports Illustrated. We'll talk about that. Plus, 6 new inductees into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Find out who made the cut for the 2017 ceremony. And next, new research on how wine can affect your waistline. That's ahead in Good Health.
What? Coming up all new on Local 4 News at 5 and 6.
2 men who were accused of raping a woman inside of her own car pled guilty to what happened, and today they were sentenced. How long they'll spend in prison for what happened in Lincoln Park.
In Good Health, while doctors might recommend a glass or 2 of wine a day for your heart, it is not good for your waistline. I have to admit, I was reading through the script, and you know, it is that time of year where you gather, you have a glass of wine or 2, and those calories, you don't think about those calories.
No, and you know, we do tell people that they should drink wine for their heart, but this is really a lesson, I think, in moderation more than anything else. Remember, an average serving of 5 ounces of wine has somewhere around 150 to 200 calories, which is actually more than a can of soda. And if you do what most people do and they drink maybe a little more than 5 ounces or maybe have a second or third glass, it adds up pretty quickly. So with all things in life, it comes down to moderation, plus weighing the risk and benefit between your heart and your waistline. So obviously, if you're drinking enough wine that it's maybe good for your heart, maybe it's going to grow your waistline, and that's not so good for your heart. So it's, you know, it's all about that balance.
And reminding yourself about the 5 ounce. It's not a tumbler.
Right, 5 ounces.
Because some of those wine glasses are so big, you just...
Right, and you know, and the other thing about it is when you drink enough wine, you start to get the munchies.
That's
so,
true.
You know.
Crack out those Cheetos and it's all downhill after that. All right, thank you very much, Doc. Oh, Ben, how are you doing today? I'm making you laugh. Cheetos and wine, that's pretty bad, isn't it?
Those wine glasses are so big. I mean, you got to fill them up, right? If they're that big. All right, well, after Dr. Buzzkill there, I'll talk about some stuff that you may like, which are the temperatures that are out there right now. 31 at Metro, 31 in Pontiac. In fact, numbers very close together across the entire area. What a difference from this time yesterday, even though the wind chill still hanging out in the teens right now, 17, with those winds that are gusting up towards 40 miles an hour. Had those midday clouds that are out of here, so we're getting back some sunshine here this afternoon. Clouds are going to return once we get into the day tomorrow, but it looks like we've got a dry forecast going forward, at least for most of the next 7 days. So when we get into the afternoon, we'll start seeing these clouds build again, and there will be precipitation in the state, and it will be snow, but most of it is going to be right there in the northern part of the lower peninsula. May get brushed here in the thumb with a couple flakes as we get into Wednesday night, Thursday morning, but it's inconsequential. Most of us stay completely dry, keep the clouds around. The real story is going to be temperatures, because this is not as good as it gets, believe it or not. We've still got some room to run as we head towards the Christmas holidays. So highs tomorrow will be just a little bit better than what we did today, above freezing across most of the metro zone. South zone temperatures similar, but maybe a little bit warmer. 35 down here in Luna Pier, Lambertville, and Blissfield, and 34 up in Milan towards Michigan Avenue. West zone temperatures anywhere between freezing mark and 33, maybe slightly warmer down here in Ann Arbor and Canton. And our north zone temperatures tomorrow also going to be in the 30s, 32 in Sandusky, 32 in Richmond and Rochester Hills. You'll be just above freezing in the afternoon at 33. Tonight, though, we will go down below that mark. We'll hit 18 for the overnight low. We'll stay mostly clear for most of the evening, but the clouds will start building as we get late in the night towards tomorrow morning. And there you see those overcast conditions, but not going to hurt that warm up. Still looking at the mid-30s in the afternoon. And wait till you see these numbers here in the 7-day forecast. Once we get beyond Friday, which, by the way, happy Festivus, going into Hanukkah, Christmas, and Kwanzaa, all clustered in there in this weekend. 40 degrees on that high temperature Sunday. Could see a shower late on Christmas Day. Right now, we've got a forecast on Monday of 52 degrees. Pretty significant system coming in as far as the winds go. But I'll tell you, with that 52-degree temperature, that's going to grab everybody's attention. We go right back to the 30s there on Tuesday. So notice what's missing in this forecast is snow at all in the next 7 days. And we start winter tomorrow, just after 5 o'clock in the morning here.
We sure are ready for that. Thank you, Ben. Still had trouble on a Korean air flight when a passenger turns violent. Thankfully, a famous singer was on board. And up next, she competed on Jeopardy, knowing she might not live to see her appearances on TV. Well, now those closest to this cancer victim are sharing what it is like to watch her winning streak play out. But first, as we go to break, take a look at your screen. You'll find out how the markets have closed for the day. We'll be right back. Time to talk about our trending stories at this hour. Topping the trending news at this time, Cindy Stowell. She won 5 straight games of Jeopardy back in August. Well, this week, her episodes are finally being shown on TV. Stowell died of cancer earlier this month, and now those close to her are remembering just how amazing she was.
Still pretty amazing to me because she was not doing well the day before and was, understandably worn out and exhausted right afterwards, but she did great when it came time to present.
Stowell's winning so far. A little more than $80,000 will be donated to cancer research. She will appear on another episode today. Michael Phelps graces the cover of Sports Illustrated, and for the first time he is pictured with all 23 of his gold medals, Olympic gold medals that is. The 23 gold medals are a record for an Olympic athlete and 14 more than the next closest competitor. In total, Phelps has actually won 28 Olympic medals, which again is the record for most ever by an Olympian. Trending also at this hour, singer Richard Marx being called a hero after helping take down a wild passenger on a Korean plane. Marx tweeted out these photos after the plane landed earlier today. According to reports, the passenger jumped out of his seat once the flight took off and started attacking other passengers. Marx said the flight lasted over 4 hours, but they eventually subdued the passenger, who was arrested once the plane landed.
That passenger should have known better.
Messing with Richard Marx. Who would have thought that Richard Marx, out of all the people?
Don't mean nothing, though, I guess.
Well, the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame announcing it will be inducted into its 2017 class. 4 bands noted for rock music will be inducted, and they include the Electrical Light Orchestra, ELO, Journey, Pearl Jam, and yes, the class also includes folk singer Joan Baez and rapper Tupac Shakur. Induction ceremonies will be next April in New York.
I must have missed Tupac's rock album. Did you have one?
Well, I think it's open.
Oh, okay.
You stumped me there. Ahead first at 4, it's happened again. We will show you both sides of a very special coin dropped into a Salvation Army kettle right here in Metro Detroit.
I'm Sue.
Finally, first at 4, every year the Salvation Army collects millions of dollars from its Red Kettle donations.
But even they were surprised when somebody donated a gold coin that was worth $500 last week.
Somebody dropped this 1997 Gold Eagle coin into the Salvation Army Red Kettle at a Kroger in Garden City last week. The coin is very rare, estimated to be worth up to $5,000, or I should say $500, apologize. So far, the Salvation Army has raised more than $3 million and 11 days left in its Red Kettle campaign. I love when they do that every year. I always just want to figure it out. But I guess
slipped it in there and nobody noticed.
All in the spirit of Christmas. All right, thank you so much for joining us for First at 4. We are back in a half hour with Local 4 News at 5. Inside Edition is next. Gorgeous shot of the skyline.